this is Team 13G and this has been our experience in MDP1 so far.
Stop then.
So the topics we discussed. So the topics we discussed in class, we were able to gain I would just keep it going, understanding of the role of business in society. Yeah, like that. It's like personality forming.
We have learned that the two characteristics of business ethics are telling people what they ought to do and a set of principles and rules. It asks what is right or wrong behaviour in business and what principles can be used as guidance in business situations. Business ethics prevents businesses from acting with their own self-interest and push them to become more socially responsible.
In this session, we started off by covering the importance and relevance of corporate social responsibility for all businesses. After this, we discussed it in our teams and prepared a pitch on a case study we had previously been assigned to. For our group, we had to defend Abercrombie & Fitch's controversial policies, along with their outspoken former CEO, from criticisms from other groups. This provided a difficult challenge as the topic we had to defend was very sensitive, but we performed well as a team and gave a strong argument in defence of the company, despite their lack of CSR in this instance.
In our groups, we were given a task that would test our negotiation skills on different topics. We learnt that preparation is required beforehand to be fully equipped for a successful negotiation. In order to ensure that we knew the other party, extensive research was carried out during our preparation stage. This was the week that we really started to work as a team. We had individual points to add and all these points linked together to form one successful argument. We believe that our strategy was successful in the negotiation as the other team were forced to adapt their initial proposal quite dramatically.
In the Government and Ethics lecture, we learnt that a company is considered to be ethical if they take into account both economic objectives and its social obligations. The government have to trust the companies because there can be many illegal deals made, such as bribery, in order to prevent the government from getting involved in the company's actions. The government also has to impose rules and restrictions for firms in order to make markets fair for producers and consumers. Finally, we learnt that in order for a government to be effective, it must focus on all stakeholders instead of just shareholders.
During this week, our MDP session centred around the 2008 financial crisis, and we discussed our opinions on whether we felt this was predominantly an economic issue or a management issue. We learned more about the factors which led to credit crunch, such as increase of prices in the housing market and falling bank lending, which led to the economy to spiral downwards, ultimately leading to people losing their jobs and to an increasing rate of unemployment of 1.97 million people. At the end of the session, our team felt strongly that the main reasons which resulted in the financial crisis were economic issues, ones in which had truly damaging effects on the economy for a number of years.
What? I must be.
Don't go so close to my face! During this lesson, we learned that disruptive technology is a term used to describe a new form of technology that will replace a traditional existing one. For example, it may affect the cost or how and who buy the technology is used. An example of this would be robotic technology and the use of prosthetic limbs. Previously, amputees would receive a rubber or metal leg that would remain in a fixed position. However, it is now possible to receive a fully functioning prosthetic where knees can bend and fingers can move individually. An implication of disruptive technology could be that the cheaper traditional products become extinct, and so people who cannot afford the modern alternatives are left with no option. As a group, we found this topic interesting because it showed us an insight into modern possibilities that we weren't aware of.
In this session, we learned the definition of stakeholders for the organisation in our case study. In addition, we were able to learn the purpose of stakeholder analysis and stakeholder mapping. We then had to go on and work together to create a table of who had low, high power and interest. As a team, we thought this was done well and allowed us to really think about different people who are affected in the business. This topic aided us in other classes, especially those who are studying business, as this is a topic that is covered in certain areas of the course.
I'm going to get on the chair and then we'll just
This is going to take one. Hello, it's MDP.